Welcome back, Motorheads. This is Cool Car Finds on Facebook Marketplace Wagon Edition. First, got 1959 Dodge for $25,000. Well, we definitely got one you don't see very often in this kind of condition. Dodge had a big problem with rust, and they usually all rusted away, so there's not a whole lot of these things left. At least I haven't come across any of these for quite a while. This one here appears to be in pretty decent shape, and it's a very good looking wagon for a Dodge. I'm not a big Dodge person, but this one here does look to be pretty dang cool, and it looks to be pretty complete. So overall, I think this would make somebody a very cool wagon. But I'm not so sure on the price. What do you guys think of that $25,000 price tag? Would you be willing to offer $25,000 for this? Leave it down in the comments. Next, got 1959 Ford for $20,000. Here we got another great looking wagon. Now, me personally, I like the tail section of these wagons better than the front end. The front end, I just can't get on board with them. I think the front end's kind of fugly. Now, the rear end, it definitely took some time for the rear end to grow on me, because it does seem to be a little bit misproportioned, and my personal feelings on that. I mean, somebody might argue with me, oh, you're wrong, that's a great looking wagon. I will say this wagon looks absolutely great in blue. I like it with the chrome. It really makes this one here stand out. And from the pictures they have supplied, this wagon appears to be in really nice shape as well. But is it $20,000 worth of good shape wagon? I'll let you guys be the judge. Would you guys be willing to go $20,000 on this wagon? Leave it down in the comments. Hey, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you smash that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Next, got 1993 Chevrolet for $5,200. This is a pretty cool Caprice wagon. I dig in the front end they put on here. I like that front bumper cover, and I like that hood. The headlights, I could take them or leave them on this particular wagon. Now, overall, from what we can see here in the pictures, this wagon's in pretty decent shape. Now, this wagon does have some rust, as you'll see there in that quarter panel, right behind the rear tire there. And this vehicle is up in Rhode Island, so I would definitely be doing a lot of investigating underneath. As you can see there, the core support's got quite a bit of rust as well. It's cool, but I'd definitely try to get this one at a lower price. Next, got 1957 Chevrolet for $35,000. That's another great looking wagon. I'm digging the orange and the white together. I think those colors kind of accent each other nicely, and especially on this car. I think they go very well together. Now, I like the look of this car, but it's one of those ones, everybody thinks a 57 Chevrolet is just worth astronomical amounts. Me personally, I don't really see $35,000 on this car. Do I think this car is worth some money? Yes, I do, but I'm just not so sure of $35,000. But what do you guys think? You guys think this car's worth $35,000? Would you be willing to give him anywhere near that? Make sure you leave that down in the comments. Next, got 1956 Chevrolet for $35,000. I'm digging the color on this 56 as well, and I can appreciate the paint job they done up there on the roof. This is more of the lowrider style. It's not really my style, but I think this is a good looking wagon. I would definitely get rid of them stupid old tires on there and rims. Those would have to go. But overall, I don't believe it's a bad looking wagon. But if you're into that, this might be right up your alley. I think the bodywork is a little less than perfect, as you've seen there in the driver's door. There was something wonky going on there at that transition between the front fender and the driver door. But overall, I don't think it's a bad looking wagon. And if somebody's really into this kind of a wagon, this might not be too bad of a price. You know, when you start going to the lowrider, you start putting pump and hydraulics, it starts getting expensive. I wouldn't pay that. But what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Next, got 1955 Chevrolet for $48,900. Now, this is a good looking car. There's no denying this is not a good looking car. But that price tag, absolutely not. I don't see no damn near $50,000 on this 55. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. It's not even a Nomad. This is actually a sedan delivery. Now, Nomad, it's going to bring the prices. I think a lot of people get a little confused between a Nomad and a regular little Handyman or a sedan delivery. They're not a Nomad. The Nomads are the ones that hold the value. This is a great looking car, and it does have some value, but not almost $50,000. That's my personal opinion on it. I know there's a lot of you guys out there think, well, it's a great looking wagon, and oh yeah, it's worth that kind of money. Well, me personally, I don't feel that it is. But I'd love to hear your argument on this. Do you guys think this thing's worth $48,900? Leave it in the comments. Next got a 1965 Studebaker for $19,500. Now, usually when you hear the word Studebaker, you don't necessarily associate that with the word cool. But me personally, I thought these are very cool wagons. I love the roof on these right here, how they retract it back. I just thought that was an awesome design. Now, back in the day when these things came out, this was more of a budget-friendly car for most people, most families, and they just really never got the due I think they should have. But then again, I like odd and quirky things sometimes. I definitely think this is a very cool little wagon, and you don't come across them in very good condition if you find them at all hardly anymore. Is $19,500 too much? I think it's a little steep on the price, but it is a damn cool wagon. But what do you guys think? Next got a 1956 Chevrolet for $18,500. Here's another cool wagon. Now this one here is a little bit more moderately priced. And overall, I don't think this wagon here is in too terrible a condition either. I think they have a realistic price. From the pictures here, it doesn't appear to be in too bad a shape either. So I think this one here would make somebody a pretty decent wagon. It's going to be a little higher end on the money side, but I don't necessarily think you're swinging for the fences on the $18,000 on this. Just because sedan deliveries are getting harder to find. And unlike the 55 that was almost $50,000, this one here is just more obtainable for the average person to afford. Next, got a 1977 Buick wagon for $10,900. Now, even though these wagons here were not very sought after, I think this wagon here is in extremely great shape. At least from the pictures anyhow. Now, I'm not a big fan of the color scheme on this wagon. That's just not my colors. I don't care for that together. But like I said, this is a very well-kept wagon from the pictures. I mean, look at the interior. The interior looks great in the car. Well, at least the front seat anyhow. Overall, I think it's a good-looking wagon. And I don't think it's priced too terrible. I do think it's a little bit on the high side. But what do you guys think of this one? What do you think of that price? Next, got a 1952 Chevrolet for $25,500. Alright, I'm just going to be completely honest here. I absolutely hate the color on this car. I hate the color of the interior on this car. But it still has the potential to be a very cool car. If you like the little deliveries, I like a lot of the things they've done on this one here. Like I said, other than the paint job, their choice of colors they went with, and the choice of the interior color. But that just leads me to believe this was built back in the 90s sometime. That's what they were doing back then. I didn't necessarily agree with it then, and I damn sure don't agree with it now. It's desperately in need of a complete overhaul and redone inside and out. But overall, I think it's good bones. It's something to work with. But $25,000, I still think it's a little steep because there's going to be a lot of refacing that's going to have to be done on this one. But what do you guys think of this little delivery, and what do you think of that price? Well, that's all I got for you today. If you liked today's video, be sure to smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.